Hi. So normally we'd be speaking Swedish, but for the benefit of all the viewers out there, we'll speak English to reach the maximum number of people.
Hey, Daniela. Yeah,
Hey.
that's a good idea. Let's speak English.
Okay, so we're in London and there's only a week to go until your book launch. How are you feeling?
I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a great day to finally see all that hard work come to something, and being able to share what I've written with others would be great.
So what's your book all about then?
The book, which is called Bringing Up a Bilingual Child, is exactly that. How to raise your child to speak the family languages, and how to make sure that the languages that are spoken in the family and the extended family are also passed on to the next generation.
I understand the subtitle is Navigating the 7 C's of Multilingual Parenting. So what are the 7 C's?
The 7 C's are the first one is communication. Language is all about communication. And not only about children communicating, but parents communicating with each other to know how they're going to go about it and how to make sure that the child does grow up to be bilingual. The second C that you have to be able to navigate is confidence. Confidence for the parents to pass on their languages, because sometimes parents feel like, well, I don't know my language well enough, or I don't know how to go about it, and sometimes there are others who question or tell them, well, it won't work, don't do it, don't even try. Or maybe they've seen other families fail, and not fail, but they haven't reached the goal they wanted, that the children would be confident speakers of the language. The children might have grown up to just understand the language, which is okay. You know, some knowledge is better than none at all. But the confidence to go on with it, and also when there are those difficult situations, like when the child comes back from school and answers you in the wrong language, and so you have the confidence, and then when children do learn the languages, they get the confidence about their identity, and confidence from where they come from, and confidence to be able to speak to people, their relatives and other friends. So that was the second C. And then the third one is commitment. Because to bring up a bilingual child, you need to commit to it. You need to decide that you're going to do it, have the plan, and then stick to it. It can happen just like that if the circumstances are right, but that's not always the case. Especially if you are the minority language parent, you really do have to commit to it. Then we go on to the next C, navigating around the world here, which is consistency. The best results with regards to children learning their parents' languages, you do get them in families where the parents are consistent. I'm not saying it can't be done without consistency, but if you want to be sure, then it is better to be consistent. So you can do consistency in different ways. It can be per person. It can be like some people do it like 2 weeks of one language, then 2 weeks another, or in different situations. But as long as it's consistent, then that's what's important. The next C would be creativity, because sometimes you do need creativity. Yes, I have written a book about how to raise a bilingual child, but you can't say these are the exact steps and this is how it's going to work, and just follow them and it will be fine. Every family is different, and there will be different challenges, and then you need to be creative. You need to think on your feet, and you need to be creative to find ways for more language exposure. You need to be creative to find some fun games so the child can play to learn the language. So and what I want to say, every person is creative.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Just don't think that it's some big word. Everybody is creative. And then this next see is culture, because for me language and culture go hand in hand. To understand your culture, a culture, you ideally need to understand the language and speak the language, because so much of culture is bound to language. And also when you're passing on a language to a child, you're also passing on the culture. And that is so important for children to understand, to not only know the language but also to grow up and understanding their own cultural and the whole family's cultural background. And then we finish with the seventh C, which is celebration. Languages are a positive thing, and I think every multilingual family should give themselves a pat on the back for maintaining their languages and celebrate the language. Be proud of their languages. There's no language better than the other. There is no language more difficult than the other, and it's so important that we. Because monolinguals aren't going to do that for us. We have to celebrate the fact that we are multilingual. But celebration is also something that you do like on a day-to-day basis. So give positive confirmation to your children when they do something, when they come up, use a word that you haven't heard them use before, recognize it and say, well done, that's great. So not thinking too much about if there's a little mistakes or what, but always emphasize the positives. So those are the 7 C's.
Okay, so what kind of person do you think will want to read this book?
Ideally it would be someone who cares for a child. In my book I speak about parents, but it can be parents, carers, grandparents, whoever spends a lot of time with the child and has got a lot of influence of their language development, and it's anyone really. I have written my book in a way so it can be read by anyone really. I have read a lot of the theory, I know the background, but I haven't brought that into my book. There are references at the back. If someone wants to read the theory, it is there. But I have written it in a way so even someone who doesn't normally read books can pick it up and start reading. That was my aim.
Okay, so we know a bit more about the kind of person that might read your book, but what do you think your readers might want to know about you?
Oh, about me? Well, I have brought up 2 wonderful daughters that both can speak many languages. One of them here next to me. That's the first. I have studied languages. I speak 4 languages myself, so in addition to what I'm speaking now, Finnish and Swedish and German, I can cope in a few more. I can bargain in Punjabi as well, which is very useful if you go to India. I have also worked with the multilingual teams and done coaching a lot. So I have always worked somehow with languages, and children and languages are my passion. So this is where I feel comfortable. This is what I feel really passionate about, and I'm so happy to be able to share it now in a book form as well. I have been writing the blog for quite a while, 2 years now, 1.5 years, 1.5 about. So yes, I'm so happy to be able to share it.
So how can people get hold of your book?
The book will be available on Amazon, either as a paperback and a Kindle, and that's the standard version, and then there's a special edition version that can be bought only from our website, multilingualparenting.com, or during events that we arrange.
So what's the difference between the editions?
The special edition contains 2 more chapters, and anyone who purchased a special edition will also get access to further resources on the website. There'll be videos and podcasts and documents, and more will be added throughout the year. Also, I will be giving £1 per book of the special edition will go to charity, because that's very important to me. I want to give something back.
So what kind of material will people be able to access from your website?
From the website there will be podcasts where I speak about the topics that multilingual families are interested in. Similarly, there'll be videos, and there will also be, once we start live webinars, where there will be quite a few as well. There will be recordings of those, and of course on the website there is the blog, and in addition to that there will actually be a new feature which where you can ask for experts, for coaches, about not only me, there will be 3 others as well, so people will be able to ask questions and they will get input from 4 different coaches. There will be more you can sign up to different levels of memberships, and with that, depending on what you go for, you can get access to live webinars, or even individual coaching via Skype, or even that I come home to you and we set up a family language plan together, and I will give advice and first, what I do first is I interview parents to know exactly what they want and what they expect, and then I observe what's happening, and then I give my advice, and then there's follow up, of course, because this is not something you can do in one go.
So families can get kind of personalised advice.
They can, yes.
Okay. And I was wondering, after the book launch, what are your plans for the future?
What I would like to do in the future, because to make the biggest possible impact, and to make sure that as many parents as possible do pass on their languages, I would like there to be one person in each community who would be the go-to person for families, so they could help parents when they have specific questions. And I'm going to create a training program for such people. It could be teachers, social workers, anybody just interested in family languages. And so that's my big plan. And of course I would like to see governments get involved, and so they would start here in the UK, but I would like that to be a worldwide way of doing things, to support the families when they want to pass on their languages, because, well, this will speak to governments. They would save a lot of money by getting more people that can speak several languages for free.
That sounds really exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the future. So it's been really nice talking to you. I'm really looking forward to the book launch. I hope as many people as possible can come. But thank you.
Thank you. It was great. Thank you.